Hi, my name's Lolli and I have been skating for 2 years next month. It wasn't the first time for me to start skating. I skated when I was younger, like once every school term we'd been able to go to a roller disco, and it was kind of a big deal and I loved it. When I was about 14, I was having a really tricky time at school, and I asked my parents for some skates, and I actually got a pair of rollerblades. They were black with green wheels, and I loved them because I could just go off on my own and skate. I couldn't do any tricks, I wasn't any good at anything, I just liked going round and round and round. And then I fell out of love with them. I guess I just didn't have any friends who also was into skating. And then, about 2 years ago, I decided I wanted to get a pair of skates, and I fell in love with the beautiful colours and the style and the look, as well as remembering what it had been like to be on skates. So I was looking in London for somewhere to kind of just make sure I could still do it. Like, did I really understand what I was doing, and before investing, in a pair, because it's not necessarily a cheap pastime. If you want to get a good pair of skates, you kind of have to invest in them. So I found Playtone, and Playtone changed my life. Playtone were just opening, and they had classes for beginners, and they were doing dance skating. So I went along to the beginners class and I fell madly in love with it straight away. I think what was exciting about going to a class was that I got the opportunity to learn immediately how to fall, how to feel confident, not to feel silly for wearing padding, that it's important to look after yourself, and you don't want to break bones, and you don't have to, because you can wear the appropriate padding. And I really enjoyed going to Playtone. I really enjoyed the classes, and Tanuke and Obi, who are the founders of Playtone, really encouraged me to progress onto their dance class. And then I met, quite early on, I met Craig, and he got me all fired up about the kind of community aspect of skating, that suddenly I was aware that there were roller rinks that I could go to. They were far away from where I lived, but people trekked and they made the effort and they went. And through meeting these skaters, I just fell straight into the community and felt really welcome straight away. And that's something I've always struggled with. I've always been someone who, my parents are ex-military. We moved every 2-3 years. So I'm used to slipping in and out of communities, but with the skating community, there's just something very special about it. Every single person who is on skates knows that a beginner is exactly where they were when they were a beginner, and people want you to succeed. There isn't a feeling in the community that I've experienced where people don't want to teach you, or don't want you to progress, or are jealous because you can do things that they can't do. It's kind of the opposite way around. People cheer you on. People are excited about sharing their skills. I've noticed it a huge amount actually during this last few months that we've all been separated from each other. People are online sharing skills, showing you how to do things. Everybody wants everybody else to improve because it's fun to skate with people who are excited about skating. So immediately in my first year, I went to Skate Love Barcelona, and with the Playtone crew, and just the world opened up in terms of realizing that there was just so much more to learn and so many more people to meet, and I was hooked. And it was during that first Skate Love that I went to, that I went and sat at a skate park and I watched the skate park classes, and I was like, I want to do that. I want to be a skate dancer. I want to be able to skate in the park. I want to be able to skate on the street. Like, I just want to have wheels on my feet. what skating has done for me in terms of my mental health and how I am in the world is that it's actually given me a second chance to have an active social life. You know, for various reasons, I made a decision that I no longer wanted to go to pubs and clubs. I didn't want to be part of those social scenes anymore, and I kind of thought that was it. You know, I'm just not going to find a group of people who I can socialise with unless it's in a pub or a club, because that's such a huge part of English culture, certainly. And what skating has meant is that I have had a new lease of life. I have a hobby that is not only extremely social. There's so many aspects to what you're doing that some people can be there to party, and other people will always be there to unlock tricks and to unlock steps. So for me now, my kind of goals would be to get into a situation where I can skate at home. I can't skate in my house at the moment because I live with my parents. I can't skate in my garden because it's kind of not geared up for that, and I can't skate on my street outside because it's got lots of potholes and stuff. But I can skate at the skate park, and I can skate at the roller rinks, and now that we're coming to a period of time where I can get out of the house more, there are definitely places that I can go to and skate at a socially distant from other people. I think the final thing that I sort of want to share about skating is that there are so many different aspects to the community that I spend time with people who like to go to the skate park, who like to go to the roller disco, who like to street skate, but we all have the same thing in common. We all want to feel confident on our skates, and we all want to be learning new things. So I feel really, really lucky to have met people from the United States, people from Canada, people from all across Europe, from as far away as Sydney and Australia and New Zealand. I think that there's something very exciting about this international community feel, you know, this idea that we should be crossing borders and we should be supporting and lifting up people who are skating all around the world, and I feel really privileged to be part of that community, and it just makes me feel like I am living my best life, I guess, that I am at the beginning of a really exciting journey. I'm looking forward to celebrating my second skate anniversary. I'm looking forward to unlocking how to get better at the skate park. It took me a long time to learn how to drop in, but overcoming those fears and overcoming my frustrations at not understanding skills and being patient. And also, you know, sometimes you can get into something and people are getting better at it quicker than you. And the great thing I've found with skating is that, yeah, some people are unlocking things at a much faster pace than I am, but I know I'll get there, because the only way I can get there is by putting the time in. It's just a case of practice, 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 drill, drill, drill. And so I have a lot more control over the amount of time that I give to skating, and the more time I can give to it, the more I will improve, and I know that. So there's no reason to feel anxious about, you know, not being as good as other people. I'm only going to be as good as I've practiced to be, and I think that's a really exciting thing to be a part of. Yeah, skating's a wonderful community. You should get some wheels on your feet.